we have our final matchup for the men's side, which will take place tomorrow evening. It's going to be Michigan versus UConn. Not to toot my own horn or anything, but I think UConn is going to win.
UConn is my team. Michigan is your team. I don't want Michigan to win. I lied about switching up, and I actually did.
It was a fake switch up. UConn
saw the favorites decided switch.
No, I seen enough. Michigan is going to be your champion. Michigan. We're riding Michigan.
Better not cut this out of the episode.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Brothers in the Box episode. This is episode 30.
It is episode 30.
Wow, the big 3-0. The big 3-0. 30 episodes in, 30 weeks. Happy Easter to everybody who celebrates. Oh, a wonderful, beautiful day outside.
Yeah, the weather's been really good.
And we've been blessed.
You know, there's been rain every now and then. But, I don't know. I think it was 18 degrees or something today.
It was actually more than 18 degrees. When I was at the gym today, I checked the weather when I was coming home. 21 degrees.
That's insane.
Which is beautiful. It's now settled down to a measly 17.
But that's still really good.
Really nice outside.
Me personally, the thing that I'm most happy about is that I woke up today, I looked outside and decided today was the first day that I wear shorts. And I'm very happy with my decision.
It's a decision. It's a decision. I personally think that I'm gonna be riding sweats more even into the summer.
I think you're saying that now, and then once it settles in, because we're a family that runs on fans and not AC. As soon as that that humidity of the summer starts hitting, because right now it's still the transition between the wind is still, the nice breeze is still there. Once the humidity starts picking up, those sweats are gonna be gone.
No, you're wrong.
You want to shake on it?
You're wrong.
Yeah,
no, I'm not gonna shake on anything. I'm just saying, I think I'm gonna commit to doing a more sweats focused summer.
Okay, and I'm excited to see that happen, and more than likely change.
Yeah, well, I guess we'll see. I guess we'll see what's in store. UCLA.
I was not
the UCLA
them.
Bruins.
I don't know. I've been
Lauren Betts.
I haven't been following too much of March Madness altogether. Just been looking at who wins. So I don't know who is the favorites and everything.
I had them going to the final.
You did?
And winning.
Really? Because who did you talk about? You thought that was going to go all the way last?
I talked about UConn because I watched them play their Elite Eight game, and they were just cooking. And then in the Final Four, they just got dropped.
But he saw one game and decided, wow, going all the way, huh?
Yeah.
No.
It's exactly what happened, actually. No, but in my bracket challenge, I had UCLA.
No, I mean, that's pretty good. Predicting the winners.
The matchup was UCLA versus UConn. Obviously, that didn't happen. South Carolina with a dominant performance against them in the Final Four, but
horrible performance in the final.
Yeah, today UCLA, they were just better.
Yeah,
and they played so much better. There's this one girl on the team, Gabriela Jaquez. Do you know Jaime Jaquez Jr.?
Is it his sister?
Yeah.
Oh,
and
okay.
It was something cool. They both played at UCLA. They both played college ball at UCLA.
Interesting. And one could win a natty and one couldn't.
Yep. Yeah. But the announcers were talking. I was watching the game a little earlier, and they were saying that this girl, she didn't have a school to go to when she finished high school. And so all summer, she was playing AAU.
Interesting.
In Oakland.
Uh-huh. And
she'd have to fly. She'd have to fly 2 times a week to Oakland.
Okay.
And she was playing with Sabrina Ionesco.
Yeah.
Yeah, people like that. And because of her efforts of going to Oakland 2 times a week and playing AAU, she was able to land a spot on the team.
Yeah. I mean, that's huge. I mean, I would wonder how she got, because obviously you need connections and stuff.
Oh, for sure. 100%. Yeah. And she's very good in her own right. Yeah. She had 21 points today, 10 rebounds, 5 assists. Solid player.
Yeah. I mean, it definitely would help, that having your is she a sophomore, junior, senior?
Senior. 6 seniors on the UCLA team.
And okay, that's a good amount.
And, really good for their draft stock. Because WNBA draft is coming up next week. But
yeah, definitely something to look forward to.
Yeah. And then the lady I was talking about before, Lauren Betts, really dominant performance. She's a big and just really knows how to run the pick and roll from what I've seen and is good at getting offensive boards and being able to kinda dominate the floor as a big.
Yeah, I know, there's another big that, recently she's pretty famous. She's, like, another one of those, like, kinda like, post players. She just put in the transfer portal. I think she went to USC?
USC. Oh, I know who you're talking about, I can't
Yeah.
remember her name.
I don't know, apparently some people were like, "Oh, there's mixed feelings behind it," like, some people were unhappy because they wanted to see her go to the WNBA, and, apply for the draft,
Yeah.
but I think she put in the transfer portal because she is not fitting. I'm guessing she wants to go win a championship, you know?
Yeah, and I think, was it Diana Mendez
I don't know.
or Audie
I
Crooks?
think I think it was her.
Audie Crooks. I think I don't know. I don't know if Audie Crooks did she
Oh,
play?
maybe she went to Iowa State, actually.
She goes to Iowa
Yeah,
State, I
sorry,
think,
not
yeah.
USC.
Yeah, Iowa State,
My
yeah, no.
bad.
I feel like I would get that mixed up a little bit as well,
Yeah, no,
same color. No, yeah, she's a dominant post player. I think everybody kinda the goal in college is to kinda go win, you know?
yeah.
Championship. It's fun though.
It definitely is,
Yeah.
March Madness is a different breed.
It is, yeah, and, we have our final matchup for the men's side, which will take place tomorrow evening. It's gonna be Michigan versus UConn. I called it last episode.
You did, you did.
Not to toot my own horn or anything, but, I think UConn is gonna win.
What?
What do you mean, what?
You switched up from last episode. You switched up from last episode.
I don't care.
No, I was expecting us to go into this being and having a debate about this,
No,
but he's just switching up.
UConn's gonna
How
win.
UConn is my team. Michigan is your team. Yeah, I believe in UConn. I don't want Michigan to win.
No, I think, I'm just I'm just saying, that's what's gonna happen. Michigan is, gonna come out there and I think they're the favorite,
Are they?
right? I think so. Let's check.
Yeah. What are we thinking? I mean,
Oh, here.
they did upset Duke, so
They did upset Duke. It was, a lot of people there's some people saying Michigan,
I mean, Michigan has also
UConn.
blown past a lot of their division as of right now. I don't know if you remember Miss Hunt?
I do.
Yes, she has Michigan to win. There's like a bracket challenge at school.
Michigan is favored by 7 points currently.
Yeah, I'm taking the underdog.
I'm riding Michigan. I'm just kidding.
But he's gonna
No,
switch up
I
again.
think Michigan. No.
Bro lied about switching up,
I
then
don't
actually did.
It was a fake switch up. UConn,
So the favorites decided switch.
I seen enough. Michigan is gonna be your champion. Watch it happen tomorrow night
Even
in
if they win,
Phoenix.
bro, you didn't call it, bro. You're a
No,
fraud.
Michigan.
No, you're a
Michigan.
fraud.
No, I'm not a fraud. I said it last week. I'll say it again today. Michigan. We're riding
You
Michigan.
better not cut this out of the episode.
Oh no, I'm absolutely not gonna cut it out. What are you talking about? I chose to ride Michigan. Yeah, I did the research.
Okay, well, you heard it here. I'm going with UConn. Elise is
Alright.
going with Michigan.
To be fair, I do really like UConn's coach.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah, and he's so tough.
He is. I loved his reaction to the game
The
winner.
game winner, yeah, no, it was fire. No, let's get into some hockey. The Pacific Division, really close right now.
Very close. I mean, not just the Pacific, but also
Atlantic.
the East. Yeah, the Eastern Conference is pretty close in the wild card race. Central is kind of far off. The Atlantic is a little bit more
No, the Atlantic is close.
on the top teams are close, but the
Yeah, but
wild card,
the wild card is
like the
not.
bottom
Yeah.
is not as close. But the Metropolitan is really close for wild card race wise.
What we got going on to this week? We have the Oilers at 77 games played with 87 points. The Ducks, same, 77 games played, 87 points, and then the Knights just 1 point behind them at 77 games played and 86 points. We have the upper hand on the Ducks.
We do. I don't understand why.
Head to head.
Is it head to head? Because I originally thought it was regulation wins that were the deciding factor, but it could be head to head, which also makes a lot of sense.
Nonetheless, Today, the Oilers, you said it was a big loss. I don't really agree with you.
I mean, we didn't have Hyman. We don't have
Yeah.
Draisaitl. Um, Ingram, could have played a little bit better. I think the thing that I just didn't really like was, obviously our power play is lacking because of those two guys missing, but just the defensive side, I feel like we could have just played better defensively. I
We could
think
have.
there's a lot of chances, like, we watched that there was a power play that we had, and then right after, they go and score this, like, kinda nice tip goal. Like, Mark Stone just tips it, like, Ivan Barber should have shot in. And, I just think, like, you're putting so much momentum on trying to come back in the game, and then that happens.
So I'll clarify something just real quickly. It's
Yeah.
the next tiebreaker after games played is regulation wins.
I
So
see.
Anaheim has won 31 games, but only 24 of them have been in regulation.
I see, okay.
The rest of the 7 have been in, or sorry, not 7. What am I talking about? Or whatever the difference is. They've
Mm.
won, in overtime, whereas we have won 9 games in overtime and 30 in
See, it
regulation.
would just make so much more sense if they could just put an extra column for that.
Yeah, but
Or they went to a 3-2-1 format.
yeah.
But, yeah,
But, yeah, no,
I mean, are there notable kind of, teams that are close to a playoff spot and, have the potential? Currently, the 2 teams that are in the wild card spot in the Western Conference are the Mammoth and the Predators. However, the Kings are tied with the Predators. They have the same amount of games played, which is 76 and 81 points.
yeah.
I'm guessing the Mammoth are most likely gonna get that last wild card spot considering they're at the same amount of points as Vegas is right now. But the Sharks are knocking on, the Kings and the Predators' door. They're down, they have a game in hands, and, if they win that game, then they're right back in it.
My question is, would you rather play the Knights, the Mammoth, or the Ducks? Is there a situation where the Oilers purposely lose to play the Ducks or the Golden Knights instead of going over and playing the Mammoth?
I think, obviously there's, like, probably a travel factor to it.
For sure.
Utah's not as close, but it's not horrible. Like,
No,
um
it's a first time playoff team.
yeah, like, I think, they're obviously gonna be a little bit more rusty. Not rusty, but they're just not they're gonna be new. They're new to the playoffs. It'll be a little bit easier to take advantage
And
of that.
more nerves as
Yeah,
well.
no, for sure. Like, you obviously have really good players, and they've shown that they have really good players. You have
Mhm.
Clayton Keller, Logan Cooley.
Nick
One of my favorite
Schmaltz,
players, Dylan Gunther,
Nick
and then
Schmaltz, and their
Mikhail
back end is
Sergachev.
good. Their
Gold
goaltending is a little shaky, but,
Yeah,
you
which
could
is
say
something which is nice because we can take advantage of that.
yeah, but you could say the same thing about us. I feel
Yeah,
like those will be really high scoring games.
I agree. Mm,
Series will be very high scoring.
and it'll be crucial to have Draisaitl back
Yeah.
and Hyman back for both those, regardless of who we play. But, yeah, I think, we'll see what happens.
It's gonna be an interesting
I don't I don't
final 5 games for the Oilers.
I don't really wanna play Vegas, if I'm being completely honest. I'd rather play the Mammoth, the Ducks, or the Kings,
Yeah.
but,
Let's just win our next 3 and clinch.
exactly.
We got the Mammoth on Tuesday, then we have the Sharks, and then we have the Kings on Saturday. So hopefully by next week, we'll be in the playoffs next podcast episode.
I
Hopefully in the
mean,
playoffs,
hopefully.
maybe,
We'll see.
because then we have the Avs and the Canucks.
I think the Canucks will be a good final, like, end game. I think most of our guys will get rested,
Yeah.
but, we need to clinch the playoffs first because obviously, if we haven't if there's still a potential to, be first in that division, I don't think they're gonna take a chance by resting some of the top guys either.
No, but I think it will be nice if we could
Yeah,
do that.
this is what I'm saying, like, the Oilers continuously choose to, like, not try and get as high score like, as many points as they possibly can. Because like, you look at a team like the Avs right now, they're 8 points ahead of the Stars, and they have 2 games in hand.
Yeah.
So, they have
They did lose a big piece
they
this
did,
week. Makar, we don't know,
what his timeline is,
and if he even is gonna make it back for playoffs.
but, there's still that ability to rest, like, the top guys like McKinnon, Natchez, even, like, older guys like Landeskog, making sure they're all ready and, for the playoffs.
Actually, Makar will be back before the playoffs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Alright, well, that's good.
Confirmed by Bednar.
Good news for them.
Yeah, they really looked lost without him.
Yeah, I didn't
Biggest
realize
April Fool's joke.
I didn't realize how influential Makar was to the Avalanche team.
Yeah, because the Vancouver Canucks, the worst team in the league,
By far.
a team that only has 52 points and has only won 22 games, beat the best team in the league.
Yeah, surprising.
April Fool's jokes. You thought we were good? No, we're still tanking.
April Fools on both teams' parts. Everyone realized how bad the Avalanche were without Makar,
Yeah,
and the Canucks fooled every single Canucks fan into trying to rejoin their franchise and not, going into the dark years for the next 5 years. But,
let's quickly touch on who has clinched the playoffs. We got Carolina, Minnesota, Tampa Bay, Dallas, Colorado. Two bigger names or smaller names that I was not one I was completely not expecting, and then two to be clinching this early was surprising to me. Montreal,
yeah,
they're a wagon right now. We'll
no,
see
for
what
sure.
happens comes playoff time. Cole Caulfield,
Almost at 50.
almost at 50 goals, sitting at 49. I do believe he'll get to 50, which is gonna be really good for the kid. It still baffles me that the U.S. didn't take him to the
Yeah, I
Olympics.
mean, having the potential Rocket Richard winner,
Yeah,
he's very close to
McKinnon.
McKinnon. McKinnon's at 51 and Caulfield's at 49. So next game, you could very well see Caulfield hitting that number. And if Makar is not there, obviously McKinnon's gonna get a little bit more touches on the puck.
The difference is that Colorado does have a game in hand. I wonder if they play McKinnon to get the Rocket end of season, or they just let it go.
Yeah. Also,
I feel like that'll be up to his discretion.
just a note before we move on to kind of like the biggest, like one of the a very what's the word I'm looking for here? A close race. Multiple trophies are close this year, but the Vesna that I wanted to quickly touch on, I don't know who's gonna take it. Cause okay, I'm looking
Yeah,
at the stats right now, and I cannot see Scott Wedgwood winning the Vesna.
no, it might be Vasi.
I think Vasi makes the most sense because obviously his team has done really well. He
Yeah.
probably has the most wins as well as any goaltender. He does 37.
Who's second on wins?
Second is Vejmelka,
Okay, I don't know.
but
It's Vegemite
Vejmelka's not
winning.
taking that. Like, there's some underdogs on this list. Like, I did not expect Dan Vladar to have a 2.47.
Yeah, but he didn't play every game.
Yeah, it's true. But like, also like someone like Jesper Wallstedt has a 9.14.
I don't think it's crazy to give it. Actually, no, it is kind of crazy to give it to Wallstead.
Yeah, he's not because he's not their starting goaltender either.
Yeah,
They're splitting the crease currently, and actually no, actually it's more like 60-40 for Gustafsson. Like I'm guessing going into the playoffs, they're gonna give Gustafsson the crease.
yeah.
But he's still Wallsted's still a very solid goaltender. And there's been a lot of guys that have been stepping up here.
The Art Ross race,
Very close as well.
very close. I don't think that the heart is close though.
I think we all know who is going to.
Yeah, it's going to Kucherov.
I agree.
Yeah,
Yeah, like he's literally led his team, a team that I did not think was going to be at the top of the
the
Atlantic
Atlantic.
this year.
To be completely frank, has dominated,
Yeah, and like when you think about
and
like
without Hedman
yeah, you think about
for most of the
where they are,
year.
and Hedman's like not even playing up to where his potential is.
Yeah,
He's elevated players like um Dylan Radish,
Darren Radish.
sorry Darren Radish, yeah, and then also given like younger guys like Hagel, Sorelli,
I think there still is an argument to be made for McDavid
because of Draisaitl being gone.
because of Drysdale being
I
gone.
mean, they were on a 5-game win streak. Like
And that was the biggest win streak that we've had all season.
we could win 3 games for a while.
But yeah, I think if I was to give my vote, it would be Kucherov.
I agree. Yeah, I think obviously the
If
thing that
if the San Jose Sharks make the playoffs, I'll give it to Celebrini though.
yeah,
And I
if
don't
they
think that's crazy.
I don't think that's crazy because he's the reason. I saw the stat. One of my friends sent it to me. It was when Celebrini has a point. It was like something like they win like 90% of their games. That's
That's MVP.
yeah, like, that's literally what the most valuable player is. It's the most valuable player to your team and to the league
Yeah,
and, Kucherov has been there for his team, McDavid's been there for his team, like, McKinnon, Celebrini, all very crucial, but, there comes a point where it's not just about points, it's about, you know if you're scoring and you're doing your well, then your team wins, that's exactly what you need.
exactly, exactly. The Buffalo Sabres, though, what a masterclass.
I agree.
46 wins, 100 points.
Remember at the beginning of the year when we started this podcast, we joked about the Buffalo Sabres making the
Yeah, I
playoffs.
think the first, if I go back to the show notes from the first episode,
Oh, here, it's in the prediction, episode 3.
episode 3 prediction.
Yeah, will Buffalo finally end its postseason drought? That was a question that we had,
And
and
I guess that question has been answered.
it has.
And yes, they will.
A lot of questions.
I
Maybe
think
we'll review this,
we'll review these questions.
at the end of the season.
Yeah, maybe,
Also review our predictions.
yeah. I think, we got a lot of them.
Lot. Yeah. But, sorry, I'm just looking at the Pacific. We both put, Vancouver as a playoff spot.
How wrong were we? No, no, Buffalo, they're a first round exit, but I do think
Yeah.
that they did a lot. If they draw Montreal, I'm very excited for that.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a very good matchup. I think Montreal will take it.
I do think just because they've been in the playoffs and they have a little bit more experience and
And also, I like their team better.
yeah, they have a little bit more depth. And
Yeah.
the defense is something you shouldn't underestimate for Buffalo, though.
Yeah.
For
No,
sure.
very I mean, all around, like, scoring-wise as well. I mean, goaltending is a little bit less solid than I mean, both teams are, like, on the edge of goaltending, but I would give it goaltending to Montreal as they have Dobes, Monbo every now and then.
The eliminated teams, though, the Florida Panthers were eliminated today, or not today,
A couple days ago.
couple nights ago.
Yeah.
Wow. We talked about it potentially happening and trending towards happening for the last couple episodes, but to actually see that they're not in the playoffs,
It's
I think shows you how important Barkov is to that team.
yeah, and I mean, obviously they've been dealing with injuries the whole year. Marchand, like, got injured halfway through the season,
Yeah,
hasn't come back,
Kachuk only came back.
and has been, like, iffy now and then.
Ru
Reinhart hasn't been the same player he has been with Barkov.
Bobrovsky is a shell of his
Mm,
former self.
yeah, so, I mean, we'll see where this team goes. At the beginning of the season, I was very unhappy that they signed all these older guys to these contracts, and I'm not so mad about it anymore.
Yeah, I think, karma has a way of working itself
Yeah,
out, and
they made their decision, and, now they have to stick with it.
exactly. I'm glad to know that a Florida team is not going to win the Stanley Cup this year, though.
Well, it's not true.
Well, Tampa has Corey Perry, so they're not going to win.
Yeah, it's true. But the only thing that I wish we could have done is if we had a game where we played the Panthers and we could have been the ones to, like, eliminate them
Yeah,
fully. It
that
would have
would've
been
been
it would
nice.
have been very poetic, but
Yeah.
we'll be the other Florida team.
Yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly. The Canucks also been eliminated for a while now. Rangers,
eliminated for a while.
Blackhawks are eliminated.
Yeah, they've been eliminated for a bit
Not
as
a
well.
surprise. The Leafs end their 10-year consecutive playoff streak.
Gone.
And
So it'll be Austin Matthews at the end of the.
I'm not sure.
I don't.
I'm not sure. I
I
think
think they do a free like a full rebuild.
I don't think that they need to.
I don't think that they need to either, but I want them to.
I think that Berube is not gonna be coaching next season.
No.
They already put in a GM change.
Mm,
There's no more tree living. So, it's gonna be a very interesting offseason in Toronto,
I agree. I
and,
think
it will really dictate whether or not Matthews will stay there.
yeah, I mean, if I was Matthews, obviously they've entrusted you with the C, so they've shown their, like, support, not after that Radko Gudas hit, they didn't, but, Max Domi stepped up, and when they played the Ducks again. So, obviously most of them do care,
Mm.
but, there's gonna be a lot of changes. Morgan Riley's definitely gonna leave. If I was Tavares, what do you think Tavares is like, do you think he stays and, finishes his career in Toronto, or could you hear me out, could you see there's a possibility where he goes back to the Islanders?
Absolutely not.
You don't think so?
No, buddy. The the relationship, I think, between the Rangers, just fan base, and Tavares himself is so toxic
Yeah.
that I don't think that there would be any
It
reception
would
to
be
him coming
insane.
back.
It would be insane.
I do think that there is a possibility. I don't know how much time is left on his contract, but if I was Tavares, scoring 30 goals again this season, I think he still has what it takes to be a top 6 player. Maybe you go talk to a contender.
I mean, I think that's more than, that makes the most sense for him. He has okay, his contract right now is 4 years. It kicks in,
Next year, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
with a full no movement for the first 2 seasons and converts to a modified no trade, which 5 team
Yeah,
list.
so maybe, you know, you definitely have a conversation with your agent, and then I don't know what the contract is on his now, if it's a no movement, but
I'm guessing so.
maybe you go and you say, "I wanna go play for Vegas."
No.
Like
Hear me out. We trade Nurse, he comes to play yeah, Tavares comes and plays for us.
I think Vegas is a really good fit for him.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could see it. I could also see him go and continue playing in the East. I mean, going to go play with Marner is not a horrible decision, but I could also see him going elsewhere, like,
for sure.
I don't see him going to, like a major big contender, like, you look at, he's not going to the Avs, he's not going to Dallas.
Yeah,
Um, I don't think he'll go to Minnesota, but, there's definitely teams that do need solid centers,
yeah.
and I think
Maybe he goes and plays for the Ducks,
he could. He
you
very
know?
well could.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want more players to come from the
The
more
Pacific.
it's like that, I don't know if you remember, it was a couple years ago, John Moran said, "I'm fine in the West," in an interview, and then a bunch of star players moved to the West.
Yeah, and now
Yeah,
he's not.
but I don't
I
even know
don't
what's happening.
He doesn't even does he play for
No, he
Memphis?
still does.
Okay, I'm
He
not
there
I'm
was
not on it for NBA.
there were still talks about him getting traded,
Yeah,
at the trade deadline,
right?
but
Okay.
nothing ever
Ok
happened. Jaren Jackson Jr. got
I
traded.
was like, I'm not envisioning the fact that there were talks about him
Yes,
getting
yes,
traded.
but yeah, like, I don't want that same thing to happen again. You already saw a bunch of players move. Marner moved, Panarin moved. Rasmus Anderson stayed in the Pacific, but he didn't go elsewhere.
Yeah,
A lot of good players in the
yeah.
Pacific.
Okay, coaching change. Raw out, DeBoer in, as the Islanders are chasing a wild card spot.
I love it.
Fuck.
I think logging up a coach like Peter DeBoer is really, really good from the
It
Islanders.
is.
I think Dallas didn't give him, like, obviously he made those comments about Ottinger, and that's what ultimately ended.
He lost the room, and unfortunately, that's what happens
It's
when
it's
you
what it's what a coach does when he's angry.
Ha
It's no, I understand, like, obviously the coach has to keep their cool, but time and like, you have to understand it from the coach's perspective. If you constantly take your team to game sevens and you're known for winning them, and then at the same time, you take your teams to positions like they've been to the Western Conference Final last 2 years,
Yeah, they have.
and they lost 2 times to us. So I'm not complaining,
No.
but you've put your team in positions, you've coached them in positions to play well, and they just haven't come through, and obviously, that can make you lose your cool.
Yeah, for sure.
Um,
I think he's a great coach.
I think he is as well.
He'll definitely help that team develop in the way that they need to.
Mhm.
They're kind of ahead of schedule,
They are.
you know?
Mhm. I don't know, I think, yeah, like, I wasn't expecting, like, a full playoff push from them this year, like, if
Yeah.
I'm being completely honest. I thought they were gonna go through a full rebuild before. I didn't think Schaefer would have that much of an impact on their
No,
team, but
but
he
he
has.
absolutely he's a stud.
Yeah, he's definitely winning the Rookie of the
Yeah,
Year.
no question.
Yeah, the Calder's are basically already in his hands. Um, like, for a defenseman to not only lead
What now,
the,
back-to-back defensemen win
did
Calder?
Lane win it last year? He did,
He
right?
did, I
Yeah,
believe
yeah,
so, yeah.
yeah.
There was some talk about, Demidov,
Yeah, winning. Also,
but,
Seneki.
I I I
I mean, like,
I think it's foolish to say that anybody else
yeah,
would even come close.
yeah, because he's he's literally changed the whole,
Mm,
like, face of the Islanders
yeah, he's
team
changed the
now.
narrative around the
Yes.
Islanders, and I think the amount of money he's generated for them in ticket sales alone
Isn't probably
is
insane.
insane, and jersey sales
His
and just
contract.
overall hype.
Yeah, I don't know how long his contract's probably, like, 3 years
His rookie
base
deal, yeah,
his rookie deal, but he's gonna get a lot of
he's gonna get
money.
paid.
A
I
lot of money.
think
I
I
hope
th
he leaves.
I th what do you mean I hope he'll
I
leave?
don't wanna see the Islanders do
No,
well.
I think he enjoys playing in
I
Boston.
think I think he does as
He
well.
does. And he looks good in the orange.
I don't care. Go somewhere else, please.
I think he's gonna get more than Kaprizov.
How much did Kaprizov got 17,000,000.
No, he got 20, didn't he?
He got 20? Oh. No,
Kaprizov.
I swear he got 17.
No.
No way he got 20. 20,000,000 is crazy. That's 20% of your salary cap.
Oh, yeah, he got 17,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
He got
I think I could see about
No,
for his
he's
next
gonna
contract,
get
not even his main deal.
he's gonna get more.
You think 18?
I think at least
I think
17.5,
I don't think
at
he'll
least.
get I think that's too crazy.
It's not.
I think he'll get 14.
It's not too crazy.
I think he'll
It's
get
not too crazy. He's gonna be the face of the league.
14 by 5.
No.
Yeah.
17.5.
17.5,
5.
I think is I don't even know. I mean, they'll probably have the cap space. A lot of their players will be
I don't
um
care. This boy is gonna get paid.
he is.
This
He
boy's gonna get
definitely is.
paid.
He is. I mean, if he keeps up, obviously, those next 2 seasons are
Yeah.
crucial for his development. But if he keeps doing this,
If he stays on pace,
yeah, I could see him winning the Norris in the next 4 years.
oh, 100%.
Yeah,
You know who should win the Norris this year?
yeah. Speaking of defensemen,
Bouchard.
yeah, I mean, Kevin Bieksa said recently that, Bouchard is not a top 3 defenseman in the world right now, and I don't think a lot of people like, I mean, actually, no. I don't know about a lot of people, but I don't agree with him. I know Elias doesn't. Uh, I
I've
think
been
there's been
preaching Bouchard since day one of this podcast. Through the hate, through Ishan's hate,
think
I've seen the flame that burns bright.
I think
That is Evan Bouchard.
I think there's been valid hate that he's had,
No,
In the beginning of the season,
no,
he wasn't a top 10 defenseman in the beginning of the season.
absolutely not.
But he's shown that he can. It doesn't like. I think a lot of people rely on the fact that he has McDavid and Draisaitl, and that carries his assists and his points, and like people say that he can't generate offense himself, but that's not true. He was the only person to beat Carter Hart yesterday, and there's a reason for that. He's a very good player. He's a very good defenseman. Obviously, there's offensive side is better than his defensive side, but that doesn't take away from the fact that he's a very solid defenseman. And I do think he deserves he's 9 points ahead of Zach Werenski right now, and who's the next person?
10, actually.
Oh, 10.
Yeah, because of his goal.
Um,
He's at 21 goals, which is the same as Renski. 60, to be fair, 31 of those have been on the power play of the points,
it is a lot.
whereas Renski's at 20, and Renski doesn't have as much help as he does,
Yeah.
but he's plus 23, and Renski is plus 10.
Which is also a little bit of the team aspect as well.
Yeah.
But I would arguably say that their goaltending is better than ours. I like Jet Greaves a lot. But
I honestly, I don't think this is even a question. In my eyes, the amount of just like
it's just like you look at
it's
the league.
frustrating to see that other people don't see it the way that I do.
Yeah, I mean, you look at the league and you look at the double standard that it's had over the last 2 years. Last couple of years, the defenseman that's won the Norris is the defenseman that gets the most points, and we've been preaching that that's not the only thing.
Yeah.
Like obviously we know that like getting the Norris is the best defenseman in the league. So it's not just the amount of points you score. It's not just about that, but it's
I'll tell you, Bouchard didn't deserve to win the Norris at the beginning of the year. His defensive metrics were way off. He wasn't playing like he is right now. But the way that he settles in and he settles the team
I think
and the presence that he has right now on this team, offensively and defensively, I think speaks volumes. There's a reason why he's PKD1.
yeah, and I think
There's a reason why they put him out there in empty net situations where we have an empty net or the other team has an empty net.
Yeah.
There's a reason for that.
He's out there for those clutch situations, and I think what a lot of people don't realize is, like, I think the biggest factor a defenseman can have is that calming presence to just, like, either slow down the game or know when to speed it up because you're the person that's gonna be most likely, making that first pass to get into the zone or making that stretch pass or, passing to a player that brings it up.
I think his decision making has gotten a lot
Oh,
better.
and I think that has a big thing to do with Paul Coffey as well, being on
Mhm.
the team. But yeah, for those of you who don't believe Bouchard deserves the Norris, I want you to go watch, the 5-game win streak that we had, um, and go watch how influential Bouchard was in those 5 games because his passes and the decision making and everything that we've talked about right now has shown wonders to what he can do as a defenseman.
Yeah, and I think for Bouchard, I think there's a narrative around him and the mistakes that he makes that all defensemen make, by the way, including Zach Werenski, are just highlighted that much more because of the narrative around him.
Yeah,
And I don't think it's fair to him because I think he deserves some more praise than he gets. And the reason why the Oilers decided to pay him is because of his clutch factor and the fact that he has been so good
I
for
agree.
them.
Um But yeah, moving on to the final part of this episode, the players of the week. You wanna shout out our honorable mention?
Yeah, honorable mention, Rickard Rakell, 7 goals. Wow. 1 assist, 5 games played, absolute stud.
Yeah,
Pittsburgh
Pittsburgh's cooking right
could
now.
make some waves.
Yeah,
Crosby's back.
Sid the kid
They're
did
kinda they're kinda clicking.
did
Stuart
not
Skinner.
expect that. Stuart Skinner's back in the playoffs. Who would have thought?
Who would have thought? But, go
Yeah,
for it. Go for it with our player of the
our player of
week.
the week is Jack Hughes. He's getting that Tate McRae effect in full. He has 5 goals, 6 assists in 4 games played. 11 points in
11
4
point
games
is
is
absolutely
is
insane.
nasty, and I know I didn't wanna highlight this, but I feel like it deserves to be highlighted, the fact that one of those 4 games, he had 0 points. He had 4 shots.
You're such a fraud. You're such a Jack Hughes glazer. Actually,
This guy had
no,
11
no.
points in 3 games, basically, let's be
It's
honest.
it's not
11
just this week that Ishan will glaze Jack Hughes, it's every week.
He's arguably the best Hughes brother,
Oh, he's not!
and he
It's not
shows
even
that.
close. It's not even close. What are you on?
I don't know, Quinn is the best. But Jack Hughes, okay, it's
He's a
like
close second.
it's Quinn, it's Jack, and I know you guys can't see my hands. Quinn is obviously the
No,
top.
no, I think
Jack Hughes is very
it's
close.
like let's picture the Grand Canyon, okay?
Okay.
At the top of the canyon, you have Quinn Hughes.
Yes,
Probably, like, 10 meters down
is Jack.
is Jack. At the bottom of the canyon is Luke.
You have to dig a hole, and then you can put Luke.
No, he's a good player.
He's a
There's a
little bit
reason
younger than his 2 older brothers, so, he's still developing.
there's a reason
Um,
he's in the NHL, though.
yeah. I think, he was injured this season, so he didn't when he wasn't injured, he got the chance to prove himself, and he's shown how good of a defenseman he can be. I mean, he proved himself enough to make that starting, role and, start to push out Dougie Hamilton, and then Dougie Hamilton stepped up because he's the GOAT.
No, he's not.
But, yeah, I think Luke Hughes, next year's your year, buddy.
I think we need to we need to sign off because Ishan's just gonna be speaking some more nonsense into existence. We hope you guys have a great week. Enjoy the sunshine. Enjoy tomorrow's game and happy Easter to all those that celebrate. We'll see you next week.